still may not. Is it a sin? Is it a sin to eat pork? Let's take a look at this passage and find out. Leviticus chapter 11, verses 7 and 8 say, "And the pig, though it has divided hoof, does not chew the cud, it is unclean for you. You must not eat their meat or touch their carcasses, they are unclean for you." In Leviticus chapter 11, it lists a series of dietary laws that were made for the Jewish people at that time. Pork is on this list because the animal was unclean. But why did God say that? And what does it mean for us today? Pigs are scavengers. They eat anything. And God wanted between his people and other groups. But is it sinful for Christians to eat it today? The answer to that question is no, it's not. It's not sinful, but you still may not want to eat it. Jesus Christ later declared all foods clean in this passage here.
Call hello, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS whom I learned from. Shalom to the whole fell like preaching his word in true sincerity. To you ribs, to your sisters out there learning silence and staying in order. Right? So he quoted Leviticus 11, right, where it says, we'll get to that after this, but where Yahweh said that we shouldn't be eating these things. Then he said, what he's basically saying is that Jesus came and did away with what the Lord had put forth, right? Which makes no sense, right? Then he quoted Mark, as a matter of fact, let's go to it, Mark 7. And he did, let's see, with 19 says, Mark 7 and 19, because it entereth not into his heart, but into the belly, and goeth out into the drought, purging all meats, that which, and he said, that which cometh out of the man, that defileth the man. For from within, out of the heart of man, proceedeth evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, and murderers, right? So he's saying that whatever goes into your mouth does not defile the man, right? But it wasn't talking about pork, as he insinuated. It wasn't talking about any specific type of meat at this time. This is why Christians really need to read. They say that we take things out of context. So let's actually read the context of Mark 7, right? It says, Mark 7 and 5, then the Pharisees and scribes asked him, why walk not thy disciples according to the traditions of the elders? Notice that it didn't say the traditions of Yahweh. It says, but the traditions of the elders. These are traditions of men, right? Where they would wash their hands before they eat, right? This was like a ceremony type thing that they added, which, it's not bad to wash your hands before you eat. You know what I mean? But it's not gonna cause Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to punish you over it, right? From the top, Mark 7 and 5. Then the Pharisees and scribes asked him, why walk not thy disciples according to the traditions of the elders, but eat bread with unwashed hands? Right? That's the whole topic of this. Why do you eat your food without washing your hands? And they were coming at him over this. And his response was, he answered and said unto them, well has Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites, as it is written, this people honoreth me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. Howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. The commandment, right? Because we read in Leviticus 11, the guy brought it out, Leviticus 11 and 7, where it says that you shouldn't eat the pig. Right, but this is not talking about pigs. You deceiving, this is a devilish act, man. You putting words in the mouths of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. It says verse 8, for lying aside the commandment of God, which says do not eat pork, right? Like you brought out, right? But now you're giving the commandment of man saying that this is a clean thing to do. which the scriptures never allowed that. Watch this. For laying aside the commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, yet hold the tradition of men, as the washing of pots and cups, and many other such like things ye do. And full well ye reject the commandment of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that ye may keep your own tradition. Moses said, honor thy father and thy mother, and whosoever curseth father or mother, let him die the death. But ye say, if a man shall say to his father or mother, a korban, that is to say, a gift, by whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me, he shall be free. Right? He's giving you an example of the commandments of men. Right? It says, and ye suffer him no more to do aught for his father or his mother, making the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai of none effect through your tradition, which ye have delivered, and many such like things do ye. When he hath called all the people unto him, he said unto them, hearken unto me, every one of you, and then there is nothing from without a man that entereth into him can defile him. Right? There's nothing outside of the man that could enter him, that could defile him, right? Watch this. But the things which come out of him, those are they that defile the man. Right? It's speaking about food. Not food, obviously. Like, Yahushua did not eat pork, right? You're supposed to be Christian. We have to follow. The word Christian is to be Christ-like, right? Or, that's the modern term for it. So you are a follower of Yahushua. So if he didn't do it, why should you, right? He wouldn't have done that, right? Because it's a sin. It says, there is nothing from without a man that entereth into him can defile him, but the things which come out of him, those are they that defile the man. If any man have ears, let Salakia. If any man have ears to hear, let him hear. Right? It means to understand. Right? Not everybody's gonna understand this, and he's gonna tell you what this means. Nothing that comes into the man defiles him. Right? It says, and when he was entered into the house from the people, his disciples asking him concerning the parable. It was a parable, right? He said unto them, are ye so without understanding also? Do ye not perceive? Right? Because they were asking, hey, wait a minute, what do you mean that nothing that comes into a man defiles him? They were confused because they knew the scriptures, right? And they believed. It says, do ye not perceive that whatsoever thing from without entereth into the man, it cannot defile him, because it entered not into his heart, but into the belly, and goeth out into the drought, purging all meats. Right? And he said, that which cometh out of the man, that defileth the man, for from within, out of the heart of man, proceedeth evil thoughts, adulteries, fornication, murderers, theft, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man. Right? It's really there's no point of telling you, because really basically what he's saying that the law, basically he's quoting the law. So he's saying theft, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride. All these things are in the law, statutes, and commandments, right? So he's validating the law, statutes, and commandments and telling you that these are the things that defile the man, right? Not traditions of men. So if it's in the Torah to not eat the swine, then we shouldn't do it, right? Common sense. You don't just add whatever you want, right? Leviticus 11:7 says, and the swine, though he divided the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean unto you. Plain and simple, right? Book of Isaiah 66, start at, let's see, 16. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens, right? This is who he's going to plead with fire and by his sword. These are the people. They, who are they? The people who do this, that sanctify themselves, right? Saying they're clean now, that they could do whatever they want, eat whatever they want, right? And purify themselves in the gardens, behind one's tree, in the midst, eating swine's flesh. And the abomination, the mouse, shall be consumed together, said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And this has not happened yet, right? So you got to answer to that. So if he made it clean, why is he punishing people for it? You lied, right? So this is Isaiah 55 and 11. It says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return on me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing where I sent it. That's what he said was going to happen. That's what's going to happen. It is unclean, and he's going to punish people who eat these things. Right? And that's it. Shalom.